Hi friends, how are you? I hope that you all are fine. Today in this video, I am going to share my concern about the ongoing tension in India. India is facing, after a long time, a severe crisis, political crisis rather I would say. It has been erupted due to the question leak of NEET. This examination is taken by NTA, National Testing Agency actually, and this examination is held for selecting the MBBS students. Okay, MBBS means Bachelor of Medicine and Bachelor of Surgery. Okay, so for making medical practitioners in India, this examination is held every year. After only the students who have cleared their 12th examination with certain marks are eligible to appear in this examination. And this is I told you that one of the toughest examinations held in India. But we have seen question leak in 2024, and once again the question leak had taken place in 2026. As a result, some boys and some students or some aspirants have taken their lives. I mean, they committed suicide, and as a result, there has been protest. And this protest of the students has turned into the protest of common people. You know, the government is saying that many outsiders have come and attended in these tensions or in these processions or in these demonstrations. They have no any relation with the movement, and the government is trying. Government said, the Prime Minister of India, Honorable Prime Minister of India, said that they will that he will take immediate action to form fast track court to punish the culprits, and he has also assured that the demands, most of the demands, I mean, they had mainly three demands. The students are mainly making three demands. One, compensation of 1 crore to the victims, to the next kith and kin to the victims, and then number two, the release of removal of our education minister, Mr. Dharmendra Pradhan, and they have certain other demands also. But you see, the government has government has accepted all those demands of the students, but government has not taken action against their main demand, that is the removal of the education minister. But why, I don't know why the government of India is not taking action against the person or against the higher education minister. You know, in one of my books I said that all the ministers should come from background. Yeah, he is also our education minister is also holding an MA. He is from Odisha. But you see, we need the education minister who will control the vice chancellors and professors in India, and scientists of India should be PhD, and should be more ethical, and should be moral, and should be accountable to the people. But here in India, the system is different. Our democracy is meant that if you are not even 5 plus or 6 plus 7 plus, if you are not an intermediate, then also you can become a prime minister, or you can become the prime minister, or you can become a minister, maybe a higher education minister, or secondary education minister, or foreign minister, whatever you may be, rail minister, finance minister. So there is no any bar. Okay, it depends on the prime minister who selects out of his party's MPs. He distributes different portfolios, and ultimately the president of India put his signature and put his seal. Okay, and then they become ministers. A simple boy or a common man from a political leader suddenly becomes the head of India, of a particular department, maybe electronics, maybe education, maybe trade, maybe finance, maybe international affairs, I mean foreign affairs. So this happens in India. As a result, you know, what happens people, the educated people who are not getting jobs. Suppose you are having a master degree a double, triple master degree, and you are having PhD, and you are having many more degrees, and you have very sincerely and honestly have done. Maybe you have spent your entire life, maybe 25, 30 years for reading purpose, but you are not getting adequate place. On the other hand, a person or a simple boy or girl being elected as an MP, or maybe in state legislature, an MLA, he or she becomes sometimes becomes minister. So this is one of the main reasons of people's anger. Secondly, I would say that people are very much annoyed because anti-incumbency, anti-incumbency is a great factor, in India, because our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi is ruling this country for last 15 years, and he is doing well. He has a particular mission to make India a $30 trillion economy, or by a Viksit Bharat by 2047. But his goal and his aims are not clearly understood by the people, and for that purpose, the consciousness rising or spreading consciousness, or spreading knowledge, or spreading adequate education to the people is lacking. That is why many people do not know what is Viksit Bharat. The government is saying Viksit Bharat. What is Viksit Bharat? Whether it is eaten, or whether it is used as a body oil, they do not know. So only the educated few only concerned with his vision. Actually, the ministers are very busy with their works and activities, but the issue of Viksit Bharat is not being articulated to the people well. Okay, so the people are angered with different policies. There is lack of job opportunities. There is too much unemployment problem. Okay, and there is there is corruption in the government. And you can remember that what happened in 1974 when JP started movement with students in against mainly Indira Gandhi government. He started his movement from Bihar, but when in June in Delhi, he started a movement in a major place, Ramlila Maidan, and from there, where a lot of students engaged, a lot of students participated, and it was a great movement. And as a result, the then Prime Minister of India, Mrs. Indira Gandhi, was afraid of that, and she imposed emergency on in June 2024. Okay, 1975. So this was one of the darkest days when India was under emergency for 2 years. Okay, and what happened then after 2 years? After 2 years, Indira Gandhi government fell. Okay, but here you may number 3, I would say that government of India is not. I mean, actually, many governments here in West Bengal also we have seen during Mamata Banerjee's rule, and we have started to see in these governments rule. So that's one kind of haughtiness is found in the in chief minister or in prime minister. Now, though prime minister is very humble, but you see many times we have seen that they are talking in a very rough way, and in a very in a threatening tone. But this type of deliverance or is not liked by the people. The people of India like the sober people, good people. There was no agitation against Manmohan Singh government. There was no agitation against I.K. Gujral. There was no this kind of agitation against Jawaharlal Nehru, because they people are people were very much educated. They people are very much wise, and they had some moral base. Okay, but nowadays most of the political leaders are lacking moral basis, and they are unethical, and most of the political leaders are corrupt. When an education or educated group of people think that they are being deprived, while the common people, yesterday's common people, by being today's chief minister or any minister, turn into the leader and enjoy so much benefits, while the common people are deprived of all those facilities, are definitely angry with the government or angry with the incumbent government, may it be in central government, may it be in state government. So nowadays I said that I said in some of my books that in the 21st century, ruling a state or ruling a country is not so easy. So governance is not so, delivering good governance is not an easy task. For that reason, you have to learn Kautilya, you have to learn Indian economy, you have to learn Indian trade. That is why in some of my books I have written that education, the political leaders, those who are being office holders, office bearers, suppose a Gram Panchayat Pradhan, maybe a Panchayat Samiti Sabhapati or Sabhapati, or maybe at the district level Sabhadipati or Jila Sabhadipati, okay, and definitely ministers and MLAs, MPs. So they should have certain qualities. And always I prefer that if you allocate a department, so that person should be educated, should be well versed in that subject. Here in India, yeah, Mr. S. Jaishankar is perfectly fit. But definitely the finance minister is also very fit. In terms of West Bengal, I would say that I recommended Mr. Our finance minister, now who has become our finance minister. Actually, he is from education background, and he should be given to that post. Okay, instead of giving that, you have given to another person, a reporter, who was a reporter and who does not have much qualification. You have been given the berth of education minister. Okay, so these things are going on, and the common people do not have any say, while the many educated people are sitting idle at home, may be sitting without any job opportunities or without any proper working place. But some people are enjoying a lot of power. That is another reason behind this agitation. Now next, you see corruption. What is the level of corruption? You cannot imagine the level of corruption. Now there was Lokpal bill, and there is Lokpal, but very few cases are there in Lokpal bill. In Lokpal, so there should be or there must be complaints against the MPs. But what happened? And so many government officials are also corrupt, are also corrupted in West Bengal also. Only not the political leaders, those who have become victims. Mainly some MLAs, only a few MLAs have been few MLAs have been caught. Okay, while the MPs or other MLAs, those who have shifted or switched from Trinamool Congress to a new Trinamool Congress, but they are saying they are the original Trinamool Congress. But by shifting the party, they have become very white, and there is no any initiative, or there is no any legal initiative against the government. So all these things are worked by people, and this type of corruption or corrupted politicians are not liked by the common people. That is another reason. Okay, I would say that the government is saying, or the BJP's political leaders or the mouthpieces are saying mainly that that many outsiders have joined in the agitation, who have no relation with NTA, or who have no any relation with NEET. Or definitely they don't have. But when there was agitation against Abhaya, what happened? The people in the world have joined or participated in the protest movement. And you see, the political leaders are obsessed with their power. They cannot foresee, they cannot realize what might happen. That is the thing. Wise people should be there in politics. The wise people should be there in political leadership. Wise people should be there as their advisors. I recommend that this is high time that you keep real worthy persons in that post, so that they can warn you. I say that in a bus. Suppose we are traveling by a bus. Similarly, the government is running, right? So what happens? There is driver who is seeing everything from the driver's seat in front of him, what is there, whether there are cars, there are vehicles, there are buses, another buses, taxis, or other things ahead of him. He can see everything. Still there is a conductor. Why the conductor? The conductor is there, and sometimes he thumbs, or sometimes he puts his hand on the body of the bus and warns the driver, aage, lorry. Sometimes he says that bus. In this way, he warns the driver, so that the driver becomes aware. Okay, so this type of whistleblowers should be hired by the political parties. Or I recommended a few days ago also. But you, the political leaders, once you have got power, you think that the others are full, other people do not understand. You try, and you always try to underestimate. You try to belittle the educated people. The real are what the educated people. This is your another foolishness, I would say. Okay. Next, I would say that I was saying that the people as a whole come together. The people who are not associated with NEET, or those whose families children did not appear in the NEET, they also are participating. Why they are participating? They are participating just to express their anger against you. Why don't you understand? They are thronging, or they are participating as a mob just to show their anger against you. And this simple thing you do not understand, because you think I have police, I have military, I have defense forces, but in front of the mob. What happened in Bangladesh? What happened in Nepal? You have forgotten? Maybe it's a big country, it's a big democracy. What happened when the farmers made protest? Mainly the farmers of Punjab and Haryana protested against the bills, against the farmers' bill. And what happened? You had to withdraw the 2 or 3 bills. You could not implement. We could not turn into act. Right? So these things always try to be subdued, try to be submissive, instead of blaming that it happened during the Congress period, during the other period, during the Janata period. Don't try to give any excuse. The more excuse you will give, the more you will fall in trap. And I am seeing that today in Bihar, I have seen in South India, everywhere, in West Bengal also there is protest, and there are protests, but the government is very much firm. The government is very much erected, and it is very determined not to remove Dharmendra Pradhan. Similarly, the same act had been done by Mamata Banerjee also, when it was said that Chandra Mandal, who was yes, he did crime and he abused the police inspector. Mamata Banerjee government did not take any action. People could not say anything, because you have power, you have money power, you have muscle power, you have police power, you have home department with you, you have everything. You have, you can do anything. And you did. But what happened? People noticed all those things. Ultimately, people threw you out of power, threw you out from 11th floor of Navanno. The same thing will happen. The people who come to power, they think that we will be here for lifelong, but this does not happen. Actually. Okay. Next, I would say that the anticipation, or the complete failure of the intelligence of the central government is responsible, because they could not give any proper message forehand, so that the government could be cautious, should take some preparation from earlier, but they were not given. The government was not allowed to give. The government was not given any prior information, so that government could take some measures. So that this violent agitation could be curtailed. I don't think that, I think that the situation has gone not out of control, but it is going out of control, because we think by charging a lathi, or by charging or with gas, you can, or throwing gas shells, you cannot stop any violence. You cannot stop, because here people, 146 crore people in India, and many people are not educated, many people are affected, many people are sufferer. Mamata Banerjee also thought in West Bengal that she is providing more than with more than 100 welfare schemes. She was providing money, she was providing benefits to people. Despite that, money does not help actually in gaining confidence, in gaining in gaining faith from the people. Next, the government of India has lost, I mean particularly the education department has lost faith of people, because this failure of NEET, this failure of question leak, I mean this, why the question will be leaked? So there was not foolproof system. You could not create foolproof system. It means it is not that your cabinet secretary or your secretary of the higher education department was responsible. That is why I say the ministers are being fooled. Sometimes they made fool, because they do not know anything. They do not know ABC, because they do not have the depth. They do not have that much level of depth of the thing. That is why they are sometimes duped by the cabinet, by the secretaries, and this happens everywhere. This happens, and nowadays there is a system has been erected in India as a whole in the world, that people are engaged too much in social media, and without any those many people are working or taking this social media is good for good purposes, but many people are taking it in wrong purposes, without providing internet services to the particular areas. You think that you will be able to control. No. This did not happen in Bangladesh. This did not happen in Nepal. So here also this cannot be happened. Yeah, definitely I am very much sure that the government of India will be able to suppress or this agitation, or will be able to control the agitation, but I am sure that it will not be easy to bypass the resignation, either resignation or removal of the education minister. Now it is the ball is in Prime Minister's court. The Prime Minister will have to take decision whether he will accept him or who will keep him. But the cost is too much. The cost the government is bearing is too much for one person. There are so many people. Here our Mr. Sukanta Majumder is from West Bengal. He is a good person. He was a university professor. So he could be given this kind of responsibility. He is an apt person. He is a good person. So he can be given the birth of education minister. I don't know why our honorable Prime Minister does not do this, does not choose, does not select him, or did not select him. I do not know. It's their duty. They are doing. I say that this is karma. If you do good karma, definitely you will get good results. If you do not do good karma, definitely you will get bad results of your works. So I think that this is high time. Government should come out and remove the education minister, Mr. Dharmendra Pradhan, from his post and replace him with Mr. Sukanta Majumder. So I think then the people will be satisfied, and you could prove your accountability, you could prove your reliability, you could prove your greatness, and the people will think that yes, you are the incarnation of Swami Vivekananda. You are with morality, you are with ethics. Then the people will consider you as an ethical Prime Minister. Okay, with this I would like to conclude my video. Thank you for watching this video.